Jinky 2.
The second CD. Jinky 2. Unity.
Unity. I'm going to get this a little closer just for sound.
Divine logic.
I don't think it's going to get hot. Okay.
The second CD describes the experience of enlightenment or awakening. It's the cornerstone of all the Siddhic states, being as it is the essence of the divine feminine. The divine feminine the divine feminine pole has a great mystery within it because in a certain sense it cannot be said to be a pole at all. The masculine pole is very simple and straightforward, but the feminine is beyond any sense of reason and understanding. The masculine principle is really an externalization of the feminine rather than a duality. That's interesting. The masculine principle is really an externalization of the feminine rather than a duality. I feel that.
Can you say it one more time? I'm still not quite getting it.
The masculine principle is really an externalization of the feminine rather than a duality.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, you know.
I guess I never heard it put that way, but externalization, like a penis.
Yeah, all the apparatus is on the outside.
But I guess...
And all of our apparatus is on the inside.
Right. And of course it's not... Did they use the word polarity or... what was the word used? Polarity? A pole. Okay.
So I'm not sure about that. The divine feminine pole has a great mystery within it because in a certain sense it cannot be said to be a pole at all. The masculine pole is very simple and straightforward, but the feminine is beyond any sense of reason and understanding.
Especially if you're seeing reason as purely a left brain, logical, you know.
Yeah, I always think of the feminine as just really soft and I don't know, watery and
yeah, flowy and
will surround you and doesn't really, you know, get up in you.
Right. No.
It just allows you to be comfortable.
Envelop or, yeah. And also the Kali energy, you know, feminine can also be the chaos but all these words have become to mean have a negative connotation when in fact that's just so limiting. There's only one layer of the meanings of these words.
Right. This is interesting. At the Siddhic level, there is no such thing as duality. Okay then.
Great.
Duality is destroyed by a strange kind of divine logic. At this heightened level of awareness, mathematics works differently than on the mental level. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but always makes 3.
You've said that.
I have read this before.
Oh, that piece? You think that's where it came from?
This is where it came from. And I really love it.
And that's a great example of how it became over logical, over rational. Is, well, no, 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, in math, sure. But in life, no, a whole nother, like in relationship, there's a relationship between us. There's me, there's you, there's the creature in between. Yeah. And so there's where the 3 comes from. Brian and I call it a creature.
The only numbers that really exist at the Siddhic level are 1 and 3. 1 is 1. It is consciousness resting in its own nature. It's the ultimate state of yin, or femininity. or as this second hexagram is often known, it is the receptive. Okay, I'm hot. Words such as receptive, feminine, yielding, or mother can be misleading as we tend to understand them as poles with opposites. However, they hint at what lies beyond them, so we need to consider them in a different way if we are to grasp what the second siddhi really means. This is something that can only be grasped intuitively. Thus, when the one externalizes itself as a manifestation in form, it has not created a duality, but a trinity. I'll read it again. When the one externalizes itself as a manifestation in form, it has not created a duality, but a trinity. Every duality is really a relationship, and every relationship is really a three. There's a man, a woman, and instantly there's also a couple, the relationship itself. The divine mathematics, the number 2, is always an illustration. It cannot logically exist. No, wait, number 2 is an illustration. Yeah, that's what it says. It cannot logically exist. If you can say anything at all about the number 2, you might say it is a bridge, a dynamic process that instantaneously transmuted before it's even born. Wow.
And I promise I've never read this, even though I just said some of that stuff before you read it.
I know.
But that's cool. I mean, I'm excited to tell Brian about this because that's something that we had to honestly talk about and come to realize, you know, I mean, because do you remember Christine, I can't remember her last name, but when she would do contact improv, she'd be like, there's the creature in between you, and in order for it to continue to live, you know, you need to put pressure on the other person. And so, I mean, it's not exactly simple. Yeah, we just that third in between. That's our creature. And I think it was nice to take the word relationship off of it, just because there's so many like interpretations. And so it was like this third, this what word is it? Yeah, what word has this used? I can't remember, but I just love this whole introduction and awareness. And cool.
The receptive.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting that unity is in this case, unity, instead of the way maybe we've thought about it or I've thought about it, is one. It's really three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Words such as receptive, feminine, yielding, or mother can be misleading as we tend to understand them as poles with opposites.
Yup.
However, they hint at what lies beyond them, so we need to consider them in a different way if we're to grasp what the second siddhi really means. This is something that can only be grasped intuitively. Thus, when the one externalizes itself as a manifestation in form, it has not created in duality, but in a trinity. Every duality is really a relationship. Every duality is really a relationship, and every relationship is really a three. There's a man, a woman, and instantly there's also a couple, the relationship itself. Yeah. It says a man and a woman, but it could be a man and a man and a woman.
I mean, it's a highly simplified way of like we all have masculine and feminine within us, and some are, you know, stereotypically a man leans more towards the masculine and a woman leans more towards the feminine, and there's there's still going to be one. My guess is there's still always going to be one that's a little more in the masculine energy and one that's a little more in the feminine energy is my guess. Of course I could be wrong, but it seems like there's always going to be both.
In divine mathematics, the number 2 is always an illusion. It cannot logically exist. If you can say anything at all about the number 2, you might say it's a bridge. I already read that. These are concepts that cannot be approached with ordinary logic, just like quantum particles in physics that avoid our definition because they appear to be linked to our very perceptual apparatus. One cannot be comprehended, only lived. One cannot be comprehended, only lived.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot comprehend you. I cannot comprehend me. I can only live.
Like we were saying earlier, you can't at some point you have to switch from intellectualization. You've reached the zenith of the intellect aspect and you need to move into experience. And so this is the same, trying to comprehend. No, just experience, and in a sense that's where the comprehension and the understanding comes from, yet it is still
Enlightenment.
What about bare feet for you?
Enlightenment is not an experience. Enlightenment is not an experience. This is a sentence to meditate upon like a Zen cone. If you see oneness as an experience to be attained, or that may one day happen to you, then you are caught within the straight line between 2 points. The third thing is transcendence. It does not occur to you. It rather negates you. Ironically, transcendence does not take you away from life, as its name might suggest. It places you right in the heart of life where you have always been. It unifies all opposites, ends all riddles, leaves all mysteries just as they are, and brings the Siddhi of Unity, because trust suggests dual. Oh, God, sorry, I have to start again.
That's great. I think it was transcendence does not. I don't remember that one.
Ironically, transcendence does not take you away from life, as its name might suggest. Transcendence, take me away from life.
I think it was before that. It was like it doesn't occur to you. Maybe that's what it was. I think it's like the sentence before that.
Okay, we'll talk about this. Okay. The third thing is transcendence. I'm just starting.
Okay.
Enlightenment is not an experience. This is a sentence to meditate on like a Zen cone. If you see oneness as an experience to be attained, or that may one day happen to you, then you're caught within that straight line between 2 points. The third thing is transcendence. It does not occur to you, rather it negates you. Ironically, transcendence does not take you away from life, as its name suggests. It places you right in the heart of life where you have always been. It unifies all opposites, ends all riddles, leaves all mysteries, just as they are,